Good morning, everyone. Today is February 16, 2026. It is President's Day, so we've got an early market session ahead of us today. Market status is closed. Market will resume tomorrow, February 17th at 9:30 a.m., but the futures market is open. The Friday closed with mixed signals. We saw shoot first, ask questions later mentality on Friday with the SPY and QQQ steadied after a rough patch, bolstered by an encouraging inflation report. Inflation is cooling. Last month's CPI came in at 2.4, a solid drop from December's 2.7%. While still above the Fed's 2% target, it's the best reading in 5 years, easing some pressure on treasury yields. Tech volatility. Nvidia pulled back about 2.2% on Friday, weighing on tech heavy. Investors are increasingly sensitive to AI disruption and high valuations. Value rotation. A major theme for 2026 so far has been a rotation away from mega caps into value sector. We've seen that with the precious metals, the 10-year bond curve. Those have been moving steadily in the opposite direction that the tech sector has. While the mega caps have struggled to maintain their 2025 momentum, the Russell has shown surprising strength, up over 6% year to date compared to a flatter performance of the NASDAQ, which that's one reason you guys have heard me trading the Russell, and I've been mentioning it so much. And we are open, by the way. So good luck today here on the trading session. Don't forget, it is going to be a little bit of a slower day. Looks like we are pushing downward here in the morning session. Let me get my ES levels up for you guys real quick. Let me get those up and running. Let's see. Okay, so my Stream Deck's not working, so I'm doing this all manually. So for ES, we've got a breakout level of 6,925. Your first take profit will be at 6,966. Sell the reversal at 6,890. Buy the reversal at 6,820. With a breakdown spot of 6,785 and a take profit of 6,744. For you gold traders out there, we got a breakout spot of 5,082. First take profit at 5,134. Sell the reversal at 5,037. Buy the reversal at 4,948. A breakdown spot of 4,904, and your first take profit spot is at 4,852. All right. NQ levels, breakout spot of 25,294. Your first take profit will be at 25,371. Sell the reversal at 25,113. Buy the reversal at 24,559. A breakdown spot of 24,650. And your first take profit is at 24,595. Those are your morning levels. You can catch those inside our Discord. Links are in the chat description below. So be sure to check them out. If you're looking for a great Discord with some fantastic offerings, then look no further, because our Discord is jam-packed with free classes 5 days a week. That's right. 5 days a week. We have mentorship classes. We've got trade psychology classes. We've got a trade workshop. We've got BluSky every single night at 6 p.m. East. We got Coach Breezy on at 6 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday. He does his own trading class. He offers strategies. He'll go over tips, different things that have helped him find his edge. Fantastic class. Easier class probably than most of the others, I think, other than Coach Matt. Coach Matt's mentorship is something else. So you should catch our day trading lab every Thursday after market close, and you can catch Coach Matt there. If you hear him on Power Hour, then you want to meet him in his lab, because his lab is phenomenal. So that is a more extensive learning lab that every week he is following up with the course material from the week prior, the Q&A, fantastic class. And last but not least, Coach Becky every Tuesday was trade psychology. So if you're struggling with psychology, that might be the class for you. And those are all free offerings from Blue Sky. So what are you waiting for today? Jump in the Discord, meet your trade buddies, and let's make some money. All right, guys. Like I said, we're about 4 minutes into the open, pressing further down. Looks like we may just go into Friday's low. We're testing the overnight Asia low at, let's see, 24,753. It looks like it may be a bearish session for the time being. But don't forget, we don't have a lot of volume in the market today. So we will have some, you can get some exaggerated moves and they'll look like volatility, but that's just the lack of volume in the market. It'll be early though. If we do get any real moves, it's just going to be a fast and furious day. So we want to make our money early in the session and get the heck out. Hey, good morning, Tip. Good morning, Affluent. Good to see y'all. And everybody else in Discord. See some new faces. Lewis, Mark, Big Papa, MJ, Morados. How y'all doing? Junie, I recognize you. Scalper, KKS, good to see y'all. Hope you all had a great weekend. Happy President's Day to everyone. Affluent is on a nice short this morning, still running 60 points locked in so far. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. I have not done any trading over the weekend session or over the Sunday session. I kind of just relaxed. I was so tired from last week. Hey, good morning, Manka. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you there. Took the wife out. We did I took my wife and my daughter out on Saturday. So I did Valentine's with my wife and my daughter. That was really sweet. I super enjoyed that. Took them to a little hole in the wall that we liked. So we did that. And then on yesterday, took the wife out to a nice steak dinner. Amazing. Had some rack of lambs. Delicioso. Hey, Isaac, how's it going? What's my YouTube? You know what? I really don't use my YouTube. I really don't. Yeah, I honestly, I very rarely stream on my own personal YouTube, but you can catch me. You can catch me here in the midday session. I normally run from 9 a.m. Eastern or 10 p.m. Central Standard or 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then I run all the way to 1 p.m. 1 p.m. CST, which is like, I guess, I don't know, 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's normally the time I'm on. If not, the morning session is usually Cowboy Mike. So if you like Cowboy Mike's price analysis in the morning, you can catch him here tomorrow. He'll be here bright and early. But yeah, my trading streams are almost always on this channel. You can either catch me here, X, Kick, Twitch. And I think that covers most of them. Oh man, NASDAQ is really starting to push down further. Me talking this morning, I am not helping the situation. You know, let's go up to, it's too early for the orb right now. We're going for that Friday low. That Friday low is going to be at 24,731. How much further down can we get on this? Okay, so
currently suppressed because
we could
active session is selected. Service
is
currently available for session intraday limited hours until 13:50.
Sorry, I'm hearing. I think I'm hearing Steve.
Announcement group. Then place your finger on the reader to continue.
Oh, it's because of the. My bad. 573. Sorry, I was hearing Steve's stream talking. 573. Jeez. That's a killer move if you can capture it. If we get down that far. I like it though. You're good, Steve. No, you didn't have to kill your stream, bro. 24,573 is the daily low from Friday. Yeah, I see that. That's kind of what I got right there. It's that Friday morning low, 840. So I got that one tagged right here. Because actually, it's kind of funny. Like if you look at what's happened, we actually got into yesterday's orb low, Friday's orb low. So this is Friday's orb. Top of it being at 24,799. Bottom of that being at 24,618. So yeah, pretty interesting. I wonder if we'll have an inside day just because of the holiday. We could do that as well. Could possibly happen that way. And if you guys are looking for a great way to start your week, what better way to start than Blue Skies Skycast podcast? That's right. We've got a great podcast going on. We've been running it now for about a month now. Some fantastic information in there. You know, all the coaches here, Blue or Coach Matt, Coach Becky, and myself, we put that together each and every week for you all. So just to give you an edge, you know, those traders that are kind of struggling, trying to find their edge, things like that. It's a great offering and a great way to start your week and get all those morning details, get your trade analysis, and get your bias going for the week. So definitely recommend it. If not, at least give it a listen, give it a thumbs up, and tell us what you think. You know, we're also looking for traders. So if you're a trader and you're interested in if you're a trader and you're part of the group and you'd love to share your story, then we want to hear your story. We're giving all of our traders an opportunity to jump into our podcast and give us a little story, the success, what has helped you find an edge. Maybe, you know, if the classes from Blue Sky are helping, anything, you know, anything related to your trading and what has gotten you through your path to where you're at now. So we'd love to hear those stories. We've had some great stories so far, and I can't wait to meet the rest of the folks inside of our community. So make sure you all send a DM to any of the coaches or any of the staff here. You can even send a message over to RQ. RQ is more than willing to direct you guys to the correct person you need to speak with to get into the podcast. Isaac, yes, sir. No problem. Hey, good luck to you. Hey, don't forget it is a short trading day. So, you know, it's going to be one of those early. I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback. I'd like to see if we can pull a little bit into that orb high, but I don't know if we're going to even get that, you know, because we're already at the bottom of this. So I'd like to see if maybe we could get a pullback up into 787 ish, maybe retest the 9 here somewhere at like 24,781. And then we could write it down for the next leg down. 11 minutes into the morning session. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I can't wait to see the podcast. I recorded it this time. I don't know how I did it. We were in limp mode with the PC on Friday. Today I'm running good though. Seems like it's running pretty good. Let's see. Gold is not moving very much, sitting at 5,011, down 0.68% for the morning session. Silver is at 76.40, 76.74. It is down 0.69% for the morning session. Oh man, we did not even get that pullback. That is no bueno for us. Can we get indicators you're looking at? Info, buy and sell. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, if you like this chart, I can actually give it to you. I can give you my whole chart. It's actually why I use this one because everything on there is free. You can actually add them to your chart, dissect whatever you want off of it. But yeah, everything I use on there is free. Not too many indicators to be honest with you, though. You know, all I'm using here is a. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? This is my time based. This is my indicator. This is mine. This is my strategy, isn't it? This is mine. Oh, dang it. Yeah, this is mine. I don't think the strat's very good on this one, though, to be honest with you. 26. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the. I wouldn't use the strategy, though. I would not use the strategy on this, though. But yeah, you can use that. Absolutely. Yeah, my levels are on there. Sorry, you could probably go through most of. If you switch over to the NASDAQ chart, you can actually see all my levels on that one. So if you roll over here, all of my lines will be on that chart. And those are all 4-hour support resistance lines that I've added. So and you can kind of see there, right? I mean, even without me adding it, they're still valid. Hit that resistance right there. That's why I use a 4-hour support resistance. You know, such an easy trade, you know, wait for the 4-hour, retest it, and then go long on it. Boom, take it up, wait, see what it does, see that slight pullback, and you get that next leg up. I wish I would have realized what we were doing. I wasn't paying attention as much. 100 points locked in. Geez, Louise, save some for us. I think Affluent has been hanging out with Steve this morning. You taking Steve's spot this morning, Affluent? I was hoping for a pullback so I could jump in on this. She's not gonna give it to us though. And I don't want to chase it. We still got a lot more to go. I just shorted when the commodity channel index went below zero line, setting of 30 on the 15-minute chart. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, I like that. Yeah, now I gotta wait for this thing to give me a decent pullback before I go for it. That's what makes this like the morning sessions kind of difficult because you gotta wait for it. I don't want to get into it and then get stuck with drawdown, then have to start DCing, and who knows when that will stop. Who knows when that will stop? Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to see some viewers on the YouTube. All right. Men shorted at 24,755. Nice. Dang, bro. Okay. Okay. So you got into it 750, right, in this range, the break below. Okay, cool. Good luck. Far better than I over here blabbing away. Missed it. And we can go ahead and do the orb now because we've already done our 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and move the orb up and get that set up for us. Right there. And right like that. Yes. Right there. London high is right here-ish. And we've already exceeded the London low. London low would be what's that? That's fighting. market 815. So would be right about here would be your London low. Okay, cool. Should be your London low, and let's make another Friday low right here, and we'll make this Friday's low. Perfect. So at least we got some decent targets. We're either going to go for the London high or we're going to go for that Friday low. Right now, it looks like we're going to go for that Friday low. Got a decent little bounce off the orb low. Wait a minute. Yeah, the orb low. Orb low. What was everybody else's weekend? Jessica is short on ES. She got in at 6,864.75. Wish I was in more than just one micro. Hey, you know what? There ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what? And that's what all of us do, Jessica, at the very beginning. At the very beginning, that is something that all of us say, I wish I bought more. Just think of it like this. It's all about patience. If you didn't do it now, it's because you may not be there yet. You know, after a few times of you saying, oh, I should have taken 2, I should have taken 3, you'll start to do it. So just like kind of keep that in your back burner, but don't let it discourage you, because you know what, it happens, happens at the, beginning stages as you're kind of growing as a trader and stuff, that you realize that you should have taken a larger lot size, maybe had a little bit more sizing to it to be able to capitalize on the moves. But with time, that's just one of those things that the more time you're in the seat and the more comfortable and more familiar you are with it, you'll start to size up. It's a natural thing, you just got to kind of just grow into it, and you'll build it out. Just make sure that you incorporate it into kind of what you're doing, that, when you don't digress, So guys, what I usually do is I'm looking at the 15, the 9, and the 3. I usually will take, it really depends on where we're at. It really depends on where we're at, like in the market. Like right now, we're so far away from the 200. I really like to take my trades when I have an optimal setup. So I'm usually looking to see if I can find let's switch this over to NQ. Here with NQ with the support. So I usually will do is I'll look for when the support resistance lines are nearby, like right here. You got everything bunched up. So like on this particular moment, you've got the 9, you got the 26, you got VWAP, and you got the 200. So you literally have 1, 2, 3. You have 3 confluences right there. 4 really. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 confluences. So what I'll start to do is I'll start to look at the time frames to figure out how they line up. To make sure that I have more than one bias that matches up with what I see. So what I'll do is I might be here on the 15, and I'll be like, okay, well, how far are we from the 200? Because that's what I want to see. I want to see if maybe where my entry is, I might possibly be taking it at a pivot point. And that's what sometimes you can end up doing with the 4-hour support resistances. See, like the 24/710 could have been a nice long right there. And you'd already have your predetermined stop right there. So like, that's how I would normally do it. So I could do like a buy limit there, and then you put your stop limit right there. And that puts you at 350. If you're using a mini micro, it'd be $35. So that same size right here would be $35. So that's usually what I do when I'm looking for like the trades I'm trying to take, because I don't want to scalp. Like I'm always trying to see if I can catch the pivot where the market's pivoting. So that's usually what I'm looking for, so that I can have a longer trade. And then I look at also time of day, things like that. So I look for pivots at like 9:12 in the morning, 10:12 in the morning. Those are the 2 time frames that I specifically look for. So I'll like apply time and place with with my indicator, because I'm looking for the reoccurrence of the prior day's price action that, usually happens. Like 2 weeks ago on Wednesday and Thursday, we had the market pivoting at about 109, 110 p.m. And we did that on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we did the same move. And I made bank on it Thursday. So, I will also do that as I start making like notes in my trade journal to see kind of like what the price action is doing, relative to, where we're at in the levels, things like that, so that's the other thing I'll start to do. Or like in this instance, I think we're going to continue selling. So I've been waiting for a pullback, so that's basically what I'm looking for right now is, well, how far will we get? We're above the 9 here now in the 3. I anticipate that we'll probably maybe get a push up to 24,784 and reject off of that. I don't anticipate us getting up to 24,813. Still learning. Oh, hey, no problem. We're all still learning, Jessica. I'm still learning. That is the fun thing about this, about trading, is that if you're passionate about learning and growing, you'll always have that gear. And that's just one thing that just never stops, the constant learning, growing, adapting, finding new strategies, learning new strategies that you can apply to your charts, paper testing and back testing. Really paper trading and back testing will make you the best trader you've ever been. I highly recommend that if you have the opportunity to do virtual trading, focus on that until you can understand what type of setups you're looking for. Like me, I know I have my time and days that I look for. So I look for the opening at the Sydney. That's 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I like that 9:10 spot, and I like that 10:20 spot. Those are the 3 time of days I like to trade. I find the most volatility and the most volume in those sessions. Man, that's a nice move there. That's a nice bounce off of 24,710. Okay, I'm going to go down to a lower time frame, and I'm going to switch because I don't want to take this in a NASDAQ con. So I'm going to take this in an M&Q con. Okay. I'm willing to add all the way to the 200, but I don't want to go too much past this. I want to take this down to the bottom. Let's just see what we do here. Stopped 100 points. Shh. Say less, bro. Congrats, Affluent. That's fantastic. All right, let's go back to the single chart. Yeah, so I usually have, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 charts up on my PC right now. So I'm literally like looking at just a handful of things, but that's just because I'm looking for the overall trend to see what we're going to do. Thanks, quitting there since it's a holiday. Bro, you're up a few G's. I don't blame you. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourself. Have a great breakfast. See you tomorrow. Unless you want to hang and watch the price action. Well, we've only got maybe like 40 minutes left of some decent price action. Maybe, if that. And then it'll get even slower. Thank you, my friend. Okay. Let's take a look at ES and see what ES is doing. Kind of the same thing as well. All right, let's see. Gold is actually pushing down a little bit. It's looking fairly weak. Is bouncing off the 5,000, or it bounced off of 5,001. When did we bounce off of that before? We bounced off of that Sunday, yesterday. We bounced off of that yesterday. It's because I'm on such a low time frame. Let's go to the 9 minute. Go see over there. Yeah, 9 minute is looking pretty gross. Looking the same as the rest of the market. Looks a little dumpy. Why am I on the Dow? I took a Dow micro mini. I didn't even take an MNQ. Man, we ain't gonna make no money with this. We're not gonna make any money with a mini micro Dow. I kind of like it though. I'm gonna chill with it. I'm gonna just stick with the Dow short. I'll stick with it. It's working so far. You guys already know we could get some nasty moves on the Dow. She could just trend really nasty. Monday low. Okay, so yeah. So the Dow actually has a substantial amount it could fall to the short side. That's insane. All right, let's just see what happens. I'll put my stop right. I want to get a little above the 759. Yeah. That looks right. Dang, you got called out by Steve as a slacker, Mita. Mita, I tell you, he's mean, man. It's too early for that. It's a holiday. Sheesh. I thought I was the only one not taking the day off. I tell you, folks. Oh, we got a pretty good group in. We got 27 folks in Discord. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Well, this ain't looking good for me. I'm just glad I took it in a mini micro. Steve wants your money. Man, Steve wants all our money. It's like all our money belong to him. Feed me. Little shop of horror. I like it. All right, I'll go back to some of my news. Treasury shifts. Keep an eye on the bond market today. News hit this morning that China's share of US treasuries has hit a 15-year low, 7%, which could signal a structural shift in how our debt is funded long term. Earnings hangover. We're still digesting mixed results from the names of DraftKings dropped 13.5% despite a beat, and Applied Materials jumped 8.1% on AI chip demand. And since the US markets are closed today, there might be a nice gap for tomorrow. That's the other thing. I know what the 10-year treasury notes are. I don't want that. Do I have that here? That's it, right? That's a 2-year. See, how about 10-year? Sorry, I'm looking through the 10-year treasuries. I'm looking for those because I normally don't track the 10-year. It's the only problem with it. I don't normally track the 10-year treasury notes. Is it US 10Y? Is that it? I don't think that's it. Well, the 2 year is going up. So that's definitely a good thing. Let's take a look at Dixie here in the morning. See what it's doing. See what the US dollar is doing. Where is Dixie? I don't even see it. DXY. That pre-market move on NQ paid the bills. Let's go. Old Bob, nice. Almost $1,000 right there. Fantastic. Yeah, almost a G right there. That's a great President's Day for you right there. Congrats again. So the Dow is trying to make a move up. That means Nas is probably trying to do the same thing. Yep. Dang, that 4 hour support resistance really worked on it, didn't it? It really held up well. Let's go back to the Dow and see what my Dow trade is doing. Just down $11. At least it's not much with the mini micro. Gold had a nasty wick down. Look at this. Look at this. Gold is starting to sell, team. Gold is starting to sell. Hmm. What's everybody looking at for this week? There's a few economic numbers going on this week. Don't forget tomorrow, we've got Empire State Manufacturing. It's the first outlook at industrial health for February. So watch this for any signs of a slowdown in the real economy. Wednesday, we've got FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern. This is the main event. Traders will be reading between the lines to see how many Fed members are leaning towards a June rate cut versus higher rates for longer. And then Friday, we've got the macro triple threat. We got Q4 GDP data, advanced estimates, expecting a solid 3%. Anything lower might trigger recession headlines. I'm hearing whispers of recession headlines. So definitely, yeah, and things are really taking an interesting turn here, going into the beginning of the year. Core PCE will be also on Friday. So it's the Fed's favorite inflation gauge. This is the ultimate decider for market direction. So that's going to be really crucial. And flash PMIs will have real-time data on how services and manufacturing sectors are performing. So that's what we'll end up getting is on Friday. So lots to watch there. What earnings do we've got going on this week? We've got Palo Alto Networks on Tuesday. That is high stakes for cybersecurity and AI software sentiment. Wednesday, we've got analog devices and booking holdings. ADI gives us a look at the chip industrial cycle, while BKNG tells us if consumers are still spending on travel, which I think that's going to be really down. We're losing millions of dollars on travel right now. So that's an unfortunate thing that we'll probably see some negatives. We'll probably see some red on that. Well, I wouldn't even see some red. It might be really red. Walmart, WMT, the king of retail. This is a massive tell for the health of the US consumer. Our consumers shopping at Walmart, being such a huge discount retailer, we know that during times that, of economic hardship, people are, they're either going to shop more or they're going to shop less. If they don't have the money and they can't afford it, that means they're not going to shop. So it'll be very evident in companies like Walmart, Dollar General. Those are two companies you can look at that can give you kind of a beat on what the market is doing if you're looking for things that indicators that might be affecting like the S&P for you S&P traders out there. So now the interesting thing about tomorrow's opening will be is that we've been closed the longest out of all the sessions. So Tuesday open, we should have a pretty good gap depending on where we close today. So for tomorrow morning session, you guys might want to mark that, for the end of the day, mark where the close is, and then keep an eye on that at the morning session tomorrow, because you might be able to catch a crazy move off of that. Volatility and volume may want to take that out. So, kind of like a look ahead, something I like to do as well. Let me check out my Dow trade. Okay, we're still in it. We ain't got stopped out. I'm going to add another con to this. Okay. I like that we're not going up. I'm going to tighten my stop though. I'm going to tighten my stop up. I'm going to bring it a little bit further down just because I added more cons. Just because I added more cons don't mean I want to lose more money. I think we're going to get that sell though. NQ's already rolling over. Such a slow session. Feels like Asia, right? So if you guys normally trade the New York and you're trying to figure out how the Asia session moves, take some notes. This is the Asia session. This is almost exactly like how the Asia will move. But what I like about this session, or the Asia session, is it gives you time to process the trade. It's not moving like super crazy and stuff. So you can decide whether or not you want to scale in more, or if you want to get out of the trade. You don't feel like that rush during the New York session because there's so much volume and NASDAQ is moving so fast. Yeah, super slow morning session. Sorry, guys. It's the holiday. It's the holiday to be expected. But if any of you all have questions in chat, drop them in. I'd love to hear from you guys. Love to hear some of y'all's questions. We could take a look at something else. I'm just chilling here in my Dow short. And I haven't traded the Dow in a long time. Been a long, long time. Tipped and I used to always trade the Dow. Man, can you believe that Tip came in, gave us 2 cents, and he's not even a VC? Man, I tell you. Oh, I see him. He's over there solo doloing it. He's my bear. He's my perma bear. Utility sector. I just don't know if that's going to be like as active today though, because the rest of the indices aren't open. That's the reason why I haven't opened up the the heat map today. I just didn't think it would move today. That was the one thing about it, is that I just didn't think that. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, because none of these guys are trading right now, so you're all just pure price action right now. I'm gonna set a couple of alerts because I want to see if the Dow, or if Dixie starts to rip. If Dixie starts to rip, we'll probably see that sell happen. All right, we're a little green now. We're a little green. We need the big bucks though. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that. Hey, but you know that is trading though. Trading is boring, you know? That's just the way it goes, man. I mean, what other business, what other career do you have that you're just waiting? You know, inherently that is what it is. It's always like that. It's always hurry up and wait and trading. Oh, bro. That, you know what? And that's the way it is with me. That is exactly the way it is with me. Always waiting. So I was just looking out to see what BTC was doing. BTC is just not even moving. It's got a nasty bear flag though. You can see it right here. This is a gross bear flag right here. Jeez Louise. Well, looks like the Dow is starting to move now. Nasdaq sells probably better than the Dow. Let's go back on over. I'm gonna move my stop into the money. There she goes now. There she goes now. Nice. It feels like that push up was faster though. You know, the buy was faster than the sell. The sell just is taking forever. Now we're starting to push. Come on, Nas, give us that low of the day. Give us that low of the day. You're here now till you're here now. It will go faster. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Tip. How you? Happy Valentine's, Tip. What's up, Nacho? Good to see you. See you there, Aaron. Not going to lie, the Russell short right now is a bit cleaner. You're probably right. You're probably right. It's been like that though. I've been trading the Russell like the last like week. Like last week, that's mainly what I was trading was the Russell. Just because it was so like choppy, like the Nas. You woke up late, Nacho? Mira. Well, good morning. Good morning. Hey, you're not late. You're not late. I'm just here cooking inside my little Dow short. You know, that's all I'm doing. On my first cup of rocket fuel, we're almost an hour into the morning session. Pretty slow though. Jeez, it is a test of the wits. What's up, real fish? How you doing? It's good to see you, bro. Good morning. Good morning to you. How's your weekend, bro? Real fish, dude. I've been seeing your cash outs, bro. Those cash outs you're getting are insane. Man cave held that overnight low. Yeah. I'm still leaning to the short bias here in the morning session. I'm still. I think we're gonna take out that Friday. I'd like us to take out that Friday low. I mean, I can't say for sure it's gonna happen, but I'd like that as a target. That'll pay us handsomely. But definitely lacking the volume. The volume just completely pivoted on us here. Like we had a lot more volume, and then all of a sudden it just puttered right out. Good day to sleep in, Gabber. You know what? You might be right. You might be right. And you know what? There's a lot of traders that they don't like to trade the holidays. I used to like the holidays. I don't mind the holidays, in all honesty. I think it's just easier. You don't have as much market manipulation. So it's more technical. You don't have to worry about like a news drop. You don't have to worry about some tariff or anything like that. That's a good thing about like the after hours session and the New York session is that you do not have, you won't have algos. So if you're looking for a more organic trade, more natural, not as manipulated, that's the after hours. But don't get me wrong. There are still news headlines and other things that happen across abroad that can affect our market. So don't mistake that you don't have to pay attention to the news, but you can catch it at certain times of day that, there's a less likelihood of anything dropping. So YouTube is lagging behind, really. Let me go take a gander. I don't normally look at the streams after I start them up. The only thing I'm normally looking at is just the chats because I have so many chats open. No, it seems pretty good. It is behind though. There is a lag on it. It's about 1, 2, 3. Twenty-two. 21 seconds behind. There's a 21-second delay right now on the stream. Well, at least for me, it is right now. But then I'm also sending and receiving. So, man, I don't know which stream would be better. You added and adjusted the stop limit. Let's go. Great job managing the trade. Hey, that is the key to it, Man Cave. That is the key to it, Man Cave. Trade management. That will save your ass. That will make you or break you, I'm a firm believer in that you gotta put those stops in the money, Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's delayed that much though, to be honest with you. Because I'm using like a third party platform. I'm not streaming direct. So I'm going through a intermediary that splits the streams up. It might also be because I'm streaming on so many platforms. Yeah, you're absolutely right on Morrow. Any delay could adversely affect you, especially if you're trying to follow trades in the market, which, you guys should be taking your own trades. We're just kind of collaborating here. We're just talking about the price action. Ultimately, you guys should be using whatever's on your chart to be taking your trades. Pause the only man's. I don't know if, yeah, it depends on the volatility of your entry and what the volume is. Because yeah, the spread might be bad, but if you're trading like MNQ or something, the spread is almost always like spot. You're all usually fairly close. Yeah, you should follow your own trade plan, because you won't learn anything following someone else's trades. The only thing you're going to learn is how to blame someone else for your bad trades. That's the unfortunate fact about taking someone else's trades, is you will only learn how to be good at blaming someone else for your bad trades. And you'll never learn how to trade for yourself. You're never going to find confidence. You're never going to find a strategy that you can find a reoccurring trade on yourself. So how can you set yourself up for success when you're not looking for your own success? You're trying to trade someone else's success. And that will never work, because you can always follow someone. And like Amoro has pointed out, 21 seconds of delay for me, 21 seconds of delay for me, that by the time I think I'm taking the trade, the price has moved significantly. And I'm not setting myself up for success. I'm setting myself up for failure, because I will run into a rut because I don't know how to trade for myself. And I've been using someone else's trades as a crutch. Then when I start to get burned, I'm going to get burned super bad. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. What I usually do though, like my friends that are trading, I like to just listen to their bias. I want to know what I want to know what they're thinking, and I want to know what their targets are. Cause then that kind of lets me know if I'm lined up with them. It lets me know whether or not my trade idea is lined up with them. Your crutches, Mike, right? Well, you guys in the morning session have been killing it with Mike, making 20, 30 G's. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm going to go for a big month though. I want to, I've been struggling the beginning of the month, so I think I'm going to turn up my risk here this week. Like tomorrow, going into tomorrow, I'm going to be more risk on this week. I need to make up some money from the beginning 2 weeks of the month. Oh yeah, have you guys seen the new dashboard? I'm not sure if I have my login yet. Yeah, they launched it, but some of us have not had not gotten it. What you can do, redirecting to your new dashboard. Okay. Oh, I can just go to it. I wonder if my password will work. Unable to log in with my current password. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm resetting my password. You're leaving a runner now, Man Cave? Let's go. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Check the script you just sent me. Ooh. Can I? Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, you got the orb in there. I know you've been working on some indicators, Tipped. You'll be selling indicators pretty soon. All right, let's get back over. I'm going to add this to my chart. Send me your info. I'll set it up for you. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. The only person that's getting my login is Steve. Steve's the only person that can trade for me. What is this? Is this a strategy or an indicator? This is an all. Let's switch this over to NAS or MNQ. Let's look at MNQ on. Oh, why did I do that? What is all this? Man, there are so many flags. Why? I don't think I need all the flags in the price scale. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. This is this on. Anything under 5 minutes? This is really neat. So that's your orb. Just gives you a reference of where you're at. Yeah. 1 hour low, 1 hour low wick. That's interesting. Huh. It also doesn't interfere with price action. Gotcha. That's interesting. Now I'll keep taking a look at it. We're doing pretty good with our Dow short. I'm going to go limit down to the 9 EMA. Here on the Dow, that is at, let's see, 49,674. And we're just going to just keep chilling in this trade here. Can we take out that low, though? Can we take out that Friday low? Right, that's Friday, right? I'm almost positive it is. Yep, that is Friday, 2 p.m. Not too bad. $85 with just two. Want this. What other options do you have here? Oh. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Orb high, red, and then orb low, green. That's really interesting. That's cool. I like it. Tipped. All right, NQ is back at that prior intraday low. Oh, there's that push down. Let's go. I didn't know maybe we might make a relative equal low. It's a possibility. Just really interested to see what price is going to do here because we do have that next leg down that we want. When we bounced off of that a little bit ago, will they give us another pullback on this? The bulls are trying to hold it, but I don't know. I don't know if they got the cojones to do it. Take a look at my micro mini Dow. $100. Not bad. Not bad. All right, I got my password request. Well, I can't copy that. Okay. I got on the dashboard. Really? Do I? My P&L is actually up. Nice. Let's see. Even. Okay. Sorry about that, team. I'm just looking at my some of my settings here. Check it out. Let me know if I should change anything. I'm like a master coder now that AI does all the work. The dashboard is sick. Easily, bro. Tip. You have not even seen the stuff that they're working on, bro. The dash, like what you guys are seeing right now is just like the beginning phases of it. Just what we want, just where we got to where we could push that out for you all. But the stuff that's coming here, like the next like month to 2 months, it's going to be insane. You're going to be able to trade on the dashboard. There's going to be so much different stuff you can do. And it's nice that it actually keeps all your old historical trade data. So, it almost is like your trade journal through our platform there. You're going to have to upgrade that phone. Can I get in this now? Well, the price is moving super slow. Hey, Tiffany, good morning. I'm surprised, Nacho, you're not using some Fold or something. That's what I use. I use a Galaxy Fold. Or I'm sorry, I use a Google Pixel Fold. Get the Google Pixel Fold 10. That's what I use. High school. I don't know. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not going to even say anything. I don't know. It's time for a new phone, bro. You're not helping Apple. You're not helping Apple at all. Bro, grab yourself a subsidized phone, bro. Do your part for America, bro. We need you buying those iPhones. Yeah, my son got a MacBook on Saturday. He was all excited about it. He's been playing with that. So I'm interested to see what he's gonna do. Right away, he showed me he could play videos on it. And I was like, son, you can play videos on your phone nowadays. That's not impressive. Show me something cool. And it's not fair because I'm such a nerd. I'm you know me, I'm a huge nerd. So, for me, it's just like, wow, okay. You making anything? You making some money, son? Because that's what I want to see. Nah, I think he's getting ready. You hate MacBooks? I wouldn't have gotten an Apple computer. I would never buy an Apple computer, but hey, that's just me. But you know what? For him, I mean, he's not like techie. So it's going to work out good for him. He's got something that he can learn on, not as prone to getting viruses. He didn't have to worry about getting hacked as much. His productivity app should work fairly well. He's trying to get into advertising. Oh, you're funny. Makes the room dark because there's no windows. Ah, ha, ha. That's a good dad joke right there. I like it. Zanaz trying to catch a little bit of a bid, testing that 24/7/10 resistance. Can I get over it? I probably would anticipate we might get a little wicking above maybe that 24/7/16, and we'll just continue selling. We got a pretty nice little trend line to the downside though. I don't think it'll break early though. If we even can break it. I honestly don't think we will though. Who wants to listen? Who wants to listen to Jimmy Jones? I don't want to listen to Jimmy Jones. This guy can't even coach the Cowboys. Anybody watch All-Star Weekend? There's some crazy stuff. Slam dunk contest was insane. Tipped, in all honesty, I was actually playing with the idea of getting myself a little Mac Mini myself. That's actually what I was thinking about doing, is picking up a Mac Mini, because I'm thinking about grabbing it and running my charts off of the Mac Mini. And I could do I could use like a KVM. They have like those virtual KVMs, and just run my charts on a Mac, and then everything also just run on my PC, just to kind of offload some of the workload. Yeah, we're up 130 on this Dow short. Let's go. Nas looks like it's starting to catch a little bit of a bid though. I'm gonna tighten up my stop because I'm gonna put it right there. I'll put it at 49,629. Although I'd like to see us, get into those weekly open, go a little bit further down. Oh, there she goes. Come on, Dow. She gets, oh, look at that. Man, I tell you, Nas is chicky. Oh, why did I do that? 4-hour support resistances are doing good. Yeah, but can your Mac do this? I'm sure you could probably get an app. But be honest with you, and I could run like any Windows app. I mean, you can install Office on Windows now, or on Mac or Linux. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Gabber, dude, you must be as old as I am then. Talking about Sun machines. I remember using Sun Linux. Like when I used to work for the Department of Defense. Like we had those things all over. Yeah, I remember the old Sparks. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have not heard anybody say anything. So if any of you all are having issues with the new dashboard, don't forget, we do have some support staff available standing by on the help desk. So you guys can always open up a ticket with them if you guys are having issues with the dashboard. So just let them know and they can help you out. We would definitely love some feedback if you guys have any issues. We are aware that there could be some while, you all are transitioning now, but we're pretty sure that most of the bugs and kinks have been worked out. Yeah, the new dashboard is just phenomenal. My password hasn't synced yet on my PC. I changed it on my phone. I'm getting another short signal here on the NAS. Dang, I didn't even realize I had that many algos go off. Well, like my algos went off last night. Just sent a ticket that I don't see the free account. Oh my god. Oh, that's you missed that, bro. That was yesterday tipped. We were giving away, yeah, we gave away a bunch of accounts yesterday. You didn't see it. We tagged you. I tagged you on it. Well, why are you trying to get me in trouble? You said I won them all. Okay. Okay. I don't know why you want to get me ridden up, bro. That was insane, right? They say that was all just a big hoax. They said that he even did on Polymart that his card was gonna. He put a $4,000 wager that his card was gonna sell over 12 million. So he made like 113,000 off that by itself. The dashboard confirms I was over leveraging. Yeah, we got a bunch of AI tools are gonna be coming into it and stuff. So it's gonna be really, really cool. Well, Dixie is starting to rip to the upside. I just got a signal on it. I'd imagine we might get some volatility here. Maybe I should move my stop because Dixie is moving to the upside. So that should mean that we should see some selling come in. Okay. Arista reward still needs tweaking, but my win rate is 73. I would have never guessed that. Right? Yeah, some of that is really interesting because it gives you a whole new insight as to where you're at, and that's super important, especially if you're trying to, navigate your trading and figure out whether or not, the the approach that you're taking to your trading has gotten better or not. Why is this? Okay, we're good. We're in. Nice. I'm in it now. Nice. This is really, really cool. Yeah, you're gonna have your full trade history, all that stuff now. So now you'll actually be able to see it. It's super cool. That's an RQ question. Let me see if he'll answer that. I'm sure RQ's around. It's early enough. Well, you could do ACH through Gusto. Okay, so Gabber, if you can't find your old accounts, make sure you open a ticket with support. Let them know that you cannot access your account, and they should be able to help you. All right, since I'm out of this Dow trade, let's go to NAS. Still holding that orb low. Also, man cave, you have your charts on a Mac. That's cool. What kind of Mac are you using? Sun Microsystems. That's crazy. I remember those. I remember we had a bunch of those servers when I was at the DoD, and we were like throwing them away when we were done. Literally, like just chunking them, man. It was crazy. And they were expensive. I knew how expensive they were. Use Mac Studio. The new Mac Studios are nice. I like their cases, but you know, and I don't even play that many games anymore that would make a huge difference. Man, I can't believe I got stopped out on that short. What are we doing here? He's charging like $25. He's charging like $25 and doing like he's giving them like 50 shots. He edits them, crops them, does his lighting effects, and makes them look nice, and then he provides them to his clients and stuff. Super cool. I'm so proud of him. Not even me. Like I didn't even encourage him to do it. Like he just picked it up and he's doing it on his own. I'm super proud of him. My older son, he's doing marketing. Like he just helped the clothing brand launch. So he did that with them, and he's doing all the marketing on social media and stuff, running ad campaigns and stuff for them. They're really cool though. They're both doing little stuff. My younger son, I'm trying to help him get his drone license so that he can do aerial photography for houses and stuff. Nacho, yes, I can make you look like Brad Pitt, bro. I definitely agree with you, Gabber. When I was doing my starting my IT company, most of what I was doing was stuff like that. Like I remember I had a ton of web work, like building websites and stuff. So I used to build a bunch of Drupal and WordPress sites back in the day, and that's what I would do. It was an easy grind, you know, pull a theme, customize a theme, and then, provide that to a client and stuff. Easy. There's such nice little side hustles that you can make money, and then they don't cost you anything but your time. Super important if you're a full-time trader. If you're a full-time trader, having little side hustles is invaluable. That can straight up save your butt, especially if you're, struggling. So if you have a bad week, having that second source of income, or a third or fourth source, I mean, you guys know me. I've got a ton of side hustles, I mean, I still do web development. I do technical consulting, and I still build websites. I do some graphic work. And then obviously I stream for some other content providers. So, but having the flexibility of having more than one job, it is nice, because especially if you're struggling, you run into that downturn, and it happens. How do you offset that you had a bad week or a bad 2 weeks? You haven't paid yourself, that don't want to just be eating into your savings. Well, I'm always selling it like that, bro. I'm dealing those candlesticks on the side of the road. Get your red hot candles. Get your red hot candles. Where is it? I actually have a. Where is it? It's here. Maybe it's here. I used to have a little graphic of a guy dealing candles. I don't know where I put it though. It's out of my Blue Sky folder. It was on my chart for. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here he is. Hey, Coach Becky. Good to see you.
Good evening. Happy President's Day, everyone. Nice to be here.
Happy President's Day. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good morning, Amaro. Okay, I'll be right back. I have to go turn off the burner for the pancakes. They were almost done. I know, I'm ridiculous.
Oh, look at that. You do look like Brad Pitt. Wow, Nacho, man, you're a good looking man. Yeah. Catfished. Those yucky green candles. Oh, man. Come on, tipped. I can't even throw my bullish my I can't throw the bear meat special on, because I got some funny graphics and stuff about bullish markets. I don't have anything for bearish markets. I need to come up with something.
We're going to trade with Brad Pitt? I'm so excited. Day ever. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, right? The filters and all the things you can create out of thin air. It's amazing. It's a whole new world.
So how was your morning, Becky?
It was good. Yeah, I wasn't fully sure if I wanted to trade, but then my alarm went up and I was awake, so it was good. I got up and I caught the short on ES down to just above where it settled on Friday was my target, so that's good. And
Awesome.
it bounced there. Yeah, bounced up, and I had the low volume anomaly drawn on my chart from the 15-minute anomaly with overnight on, and so that's where it seemed kind of rejected off of. So I took a quick scalp short again there, and then switched to kiddos. So it was nice, good balance morning.
Yeah, we're not too red.
Yeah. she's bouncy. Like holidays are so kind of tricky like that with like pinging around a little bit. Just the volume even Friday compared to today is like, gosh, we're at like a quarter of the volume. There's some bears. There it is.
There you go.
The bear- Having a little party in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know me. Of course, I caught the shorts. We close what in 2 hours? Market closes early.
Yes, ma'am. We got 2 hours of market left. What's the Dow doing? Let's take a look at it.
Sliding too. They're moving pretty similar this morning. Dow ES and NQ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sure are. They're more in sync today.
Yeah. Sometimes it's more variable, but it seems like pretty together today.
Yeah, looks like we're making a bear flag here on the NAS.
Yeah, she seems like she wants to hold under VWAP and the MAs.
Mm-hmm.
Bearish, short the retracements kind of energy.
Definitely a short the pops.
Yep.
At least for the time being.
Yeah, exactly. Till they hold.
Yep. Or maybe closer towards the end of the day that they try to bring it to more of a neutral point. Possibly.
Yes. Yeah, I like that setup, especially on these lower volume days where it's like the reversion back in is, I think, a little more common when there's lower volume because there's not a strong directional energy.
Mm-hmm. All the players that would be able to pick a direction, they're not participating right now. So makes it hard for that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's like gold and silver both slid this morning.
Yeah, it's really interesting because a bunch of Charles Schwab is all talking about the AI, trade and stuff, and how they're pulling money out of AI because they're not making money on it.
Well, that's the thing is there's so much free AI out there that it's going to be a very weird market, I think, while it's all being sorted out. And so it makes sense that it's kind of up and down.
I don't know. To me, it just seems like a tsunami. It's just like, it kind of subsides. People think it's all right, and then all of a sudden you get that wave that comes in. That it's evolving and changing so quickly and rapidly that every time there's a new chat GBT or there's another advancement in an LMI, and all of a sudden you just see where a drastic change and the output of what the AIs are doing and stuff.
Yeah.
Unlike an employee that there's a gradual increase in production as they become more acclimated and better at the job they do, the AIs are just so fast at adapting and getting better that I'm really scared about the job market, to be honest with you. I'm really, really worried about the job market.
Yeah.
Like Matt was saying, then universal basic income, is that a thing? What are they going to do for folks that, if jobs are sparse, they want retirees to work longer into their lives. So that means less jobs for younger people. It's just, I don't know. I just don't see how any of that can kind of rollerball into something good for anybody or any of us.
Yeah. Thank goodness for trading, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh,
All right, Nacho. Sorry, Becky.
I know Nacho's got to go. Chores day.
Yup. Hey, you know what they say? Happy wife, happy life.
True story.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
I mean, how can I not? How can I not be
Of
team happy
course.
wife? I
Of
mean, good energy,
course.
right?
Yep.
Hopefully everyone gets to enjoy, happy partnership.
Definitely. Super important.
Yeah. Oh yeah, little bulls are trying here on the across the board.
Yeah, they are.
Pop right there. On days like this, I feel like they're gonna keep trying. Every few bears are gonna try and push back and pull it up. Yeah, see. They've been trying. VWAP was a nice resistance this morning. That first really
Hmm.
good pullback into York session, went right there. I love the bear image there tipped.
I'm gonna attempt another short. I'll put my stop at the London low. Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's at 24,751.
These bears.
Man cave. 27 Mac Pro screens. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of screens.
Whoa, that's legit.
Yeah, that's a lot of screens. I don't think you got like a wall of monitors. Yeah,
How did all that get run? You probably need more devices, right?
he's probably got a few PCs running them. I mean, you could
Yeah.
always use USB video cards,
Mm,
so if you wanted to add more adapters and stuff, and depending on the video cards.
right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys, when we went to Florida for the Blue Sky thing, we got to check out Mike's setup, and it is sick. Oh my gosh, his big screens, and that's he's upgraded in time. It was pretty cool. $20.19.29 celebratory drinks. Oh.
Oof, just got stopped out.
Hmm. See if we can get like a evening starish vibe up there on a time frame. Maybe a 5. Let's see what she's doing. She's retesting here. They're still pushing though. They broke on the 5-minute. They broke up on this time. Bulls are on holiday. They're still enjoying their weekend, huh?
Well,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
nah,
exactly. 3-day weekend.
we're chilling. Mm. I do like this is the support level from where we're bouncing off of is the support level from Friday when it closed.
Yeah.
Let's try it. That's where they're trying, I think, to defend.
Yeah, this is our second retest, and we broke below it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get
Okay,
myself another cup of coffee.
sounds good. I feel like these low volatility days are tricky because you do want to try and be a little bit more precise with where you're getting in and out, and then trust the trend. And this morning we've been sliding down, but we've also had these little bounces. So I'm in favor of the shorts, but also now officially we're in the last 2 hours of market session because it's a short, weird session. So It could, like Riz said, try and hold here in the lows and migrate upwards. But we have time for one more push. We'll see. We'll see if we get one more down. The daily candle is looking very doji-ish, but also is in support, from a multi-day support level. I feel like this day is not going to give us, it's going to tease a little bit both sides, but not really give a clear indication of what the week's going to bring. I'm done trading today. I'm not even gonna lie, tomorrow. I got 2 wins and I shut it down. I don't even have an execution platform open. My kids are all home. I know. I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna do it, but I'm not trading anymore today. See, this is where, as their psychology coach, if you have a plan and you want to trade 1 or 2 and then you want to shut it down based on what you have going on in your life and distractions you might have, then you got to honor that. I know. I'm a pain in your butt. But I've also been an opening bell trader always. I'm coming up on 5 years a trader. Actually, next month will be 5 years since I started trading. And I always learned, every company I learned from, every mentor I learned from had opening bell strategies. And so I just started with trading the open. And I kind of dug in and built strategies around that. And like if we open in range or outside of range and what targets are and what the momentum is. And so my highest skill and execution opportunity is early. And so then I also put in place psychology rules around that to protect myself, which is, I gotta honor that, And so if I got my trades locked in, that's when I shut it down. So we'll see. There'll be times when you'll see me trade, I'm sure, but I also don't want to break my rules just to throw contracts around. I know. But you can keep poking at me because it's going to happen. It will, I promise. Maybe I'll record the early ones and I'll post them somewhere. I could do that too. I love listening to Mike in the morning. I'm so into it that he's trading again live at Market Open. So that's, we can keep learning from him and I have to post some trades. All right, this might be a rejection point here. We did break the higher here, and now we're getting some bears trying to fight back a little bit. And I like how it got up on NASDAQ. We got up to the 15 EMA is the one that I'm kind of into. This is the morning resistance we tagged on the 15-minute chart just now. Could be a little pullback here to get in, get some points off of. I like to see how the 5 minutes close. And this one is just starting, but it is starting with bears after 2 bullish candles, which we haven't seen much more than this amount of bullish energy without the bears fighting back so far this morning. It's funny you said that, Amara. I was thinking about you this weekend and how I want to change up what I put out there content-wise for Blue Sky and otherwise. And I think it does need, I think you're right. I think I need to get some more of my trades out there. Kind of protected them. The more I'm creeping into the public space in terms of the podcast and Blue Sky and stuff, I've always protected my trading because that's the heart of everything I talk about is being a strong, steady trader. But, I've been doing it for a minute. And so I might as well bring that more to the forefront also. Part of my pushing at my own ceiling of comfort. But also I think we all should do what we need to do to protect our trading. To protect your trading system and honor your rules and make sure that you are doing what you need to do individually to stay steady and execute at the highest, capabilities. And our family is going on a trip in 2 weeks. And that is, a decent bit paid for from trading profits. So I gotta keep protecting the trading. Oh, there's my bears. Is anybody in this? Let's go.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I got stopped out for that.
Yeah, babe. It pushed a little bit higher.
Oh my God, I got stopped out for that. I want my money back. I want my refund.
Riz, you walked away and I was like, okay, it looks like they might be topping out with the bears opening this 5-minute candle. Oh, that's the thing. They mess with people. We'll see. We'll see now if they can break the low for one more push here down. This push.
Grabber's looking for a falling wedge. I just don't think it's time yet for a bounce. I still think it's too early.
Yeah. I think we got another leg down here. I think that's what might be happening now.
Oh, that's so upsetting that I got stopped. I should have waited.
It did a strong like break above the last 5-minute high, but then when it hit the morning resistance of the morning high, I think that's where the sellers defended. What's a good plan?
Hey, what's up, man cave? Okay, so what you got to do is open up a support ticket. So all you got to do is go into your BluSky.pro dashboard, open up a support ticket, and let them know that you would like a verified role, and you will be able to chat with us live.
And welcome to the team. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely. No, we got a few folks on YouTube and Kick.
Nice.
Been chatting through the session. Yeah, it is so awesome. You know, since last week on Friday, we finally have some chatters on the YouTube. So really excited about that. That is a nice, it's nice to see some folks engaging with us over there now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you guys, our Blue Sky podcast drops today. Check that out. Let me see if I can pull out the link for you. That's Coach Riz, Coach Matt, and I. Justin couldn't make this one, but it's really great to talk about the markets with you guys and see what we can see. There it is. Here we go. Check it out if you guys have time. Let us know if you have any questions or anything we want to cover differently, or you guys also within this towards the end, we always do a ask the coaches, so you can submit questions anywhere in Discord or to any of the coaches. Or
welcome back to the Skycast podcast, the official Blue Sky podcast. This is Coach Matt. Justin is not going to be with us this week due to a little bit of a personal situation. Looking forward to getting Justin back next week. They don't tell us the questions either. So until then, well, I'm your host, and we're going to have a fun show here today. So I got Coach Riz, I got Coach Becky here. We're going to get right into it here in just 1 second. But before we do that, just a quick reminder.
Tomorrow I should poke back at you. You should come on and get interviewed for the pod.
Yeah, definitely. You know, our DMs are open. So if any of the folks in our communities want to talk about their trading journey, what has given them an edge, anything, you know, we'd love to hear from them. So shoot us a DM.
We can put that question in the next pod tomorrow. I think experience and chart time is how you make money in the market. I think showing up and watching it and learning from every trade is how your skill builds, and then you get to extract money as your skill builds, which is the long game answer, which is so annoying. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that becomes the question, right? Is how much risk should you put on yourself, you know?
Come on. It's about the conversation. Yeah, taking
Oh,
risk is
Morrow.
no, be kind. Risk management is kind of the key to like figuring out how to stay a long time in this market. Like tight risk management and rules is how you get to let the experience build without blowing up, without spending all your bucks on reset fees and losing money in a live account. I think that a massive key there is to have pretty snug risk management so that you can allow the experience to compound, because you can cause kind of a little bit of trauma by taking too much risk all the time and then having too much expense with resetting yourself. And I think that is a big aid with letting the experience compound, is just protecting yourself through that process. All right, are we gonna break the lows?
Well, it's just trying.
Yeah, that bearish candle on the 5 that closed 4 minutes ago is kind of a boss.
I want to get in on the short. I just don't want to chase it too much.
Yeah.
Hoping I get a little bit more pullback for the downside. That's some volume. That was a lot of volume that came in on that sell candle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could have been a little rest candle in between for the next push here. We're back in potential support, but that bearish engulfing on the 5 a few minutes ago is strong for me.
Yeah, that, and we're under the orb low again for the morning session.
Right. These days are tricky because when you short into support that has held a couple of times, you got to be careful with it. Like we said, the risk management, if you do want to see if it'll break the low again, you got to just keep it tight. Find a place to put your stop that's reasonable.
This is true. You just got to understand that, you're exposing yourself to more risk.
Mm-hmm. Also, it could be, like now that we're back down where it's defended a couple times, you could wait and see if there's another defense. Got some bounce here on the longs. Okay. What is that, SPY? 470. No. What chart is this tomorrow? Oh, silver. Nice. Yeah, gold and silver are both trying to pop here. Bulls are considering trying to redefend again here now, so we'll see.
It was a heck of a wick.
Yeah.
Damn, got stopped out on it again. Excuse me.
Yeah. I think this area is going to want to fight back. Even falling hard into it, it's like even more defensive. This is my hourly ES chart, and this support level is from like a month ago. And then last week, yeah, we blew through it and came back above it, and now we're holding again on it from Friday. So I'm like so curious this week if it can hold or what the heck. If it will break, That bear slide on Thursday was kind of energetic.
We're trying to make like an uptrend here. You can kind of see it.
Yeah. I feel like there's just not enough volume to break through this support. But then also we're just playing between the bands. Like if you watch the VWAP, we're just playing between the -2 and the VWAP here.
Are we?
Yeah, she's dancing. Let me see. Let me pull my VWAP here.
That's correct. Today's trade day, yesterday and today count as tomorrow, right? I'm almost positive.
I think so too.
Or yeah, Sunday's opening, and today will count for Tuesday, not Monday. I got a signal on Dixie.
Dixie.
Yeah, I've been watching the dollar because the dollar just been slowly grinding. Had a pullback, and then that's where the market started to rip to the upside and now bounce back. That's why I went short earlier, is because I started getting signals that Dixie was breaking some of my levels when it popped up.
Yeah.
It looks like NQ is going to go.
Yeah, they're trying to hold up here on this. They try to break it and with that strong bearish engulfing, and it just did not have it. And did not have
Oh, this one right here, right? You're talking about that 5-minute bearish engulfing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the biggest candle of the day on the 5-minute chart, and it just couldn't, even with all that energy, it couldn't break down. So we might be done dropping here. I feel like that should have had some follow through and now that it couldn't, be done dropping. But then we're still holding it all under that VWAP, which for me, I have VWAP on 61 and a half. Just such a small range today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're back in the middle of the orb. Mm-hmm. Well,
I do think she could tag VWAP here though with this energy. On the smaller time frame now, we're making higher highs and higher lows on this 5. Hour and a half left. Great job, Amaro. It's a strong push. Yeah, silver looks good. Look at silver. Dang, Amaro caught the trade right there.
oh, nice.
Strong work.
No, that's a nice rip on gold.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a strong. Yeah, there you go. Good job. See, you can't let the greed for it rising forever. Let it take back your profits. I love that. Especially on a day like today. It's not a strong trending vibe day.
It's a wonky W.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, and we are 4 minutes past the London close. Over in London in Europe, things are actually looking pretty green. The FTSE 100 and the DAX are both holding into gains as we speak. Big story, defense stocks are catching a major bid right now. Reports just hit the wire that the UK is planning a significant ramp up in military spending, and traders are piling into names like BAE Systems in response. M&A alert in the last hour. We've seen more confirmation that German shipping giant Hapag Lloyd is in deep talks to acquire Zim Integrated Shipping. So if you trade this shipping sector, keep Zim on your watch for a gap tomorrow. And Bitcoin still hovering near weekly lows, struggling to hold over 68,000. And sitting right now at 67,694. Wow, that was a massive sell there at the open on Bitcoin. That's, man.
Right, dang.
M&G Investments just closed a massive $1.1 billion private equity deal in the last hour. Institutional money is still moving, even if retail exchanges are closed. That's crazy.
Market always wants to move, right?
Always. I'm actually in some shipping plays right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm in Anthropic's stock right now. Yeah, on Friday, Rhyme went, what was it, 250%. So right now, my shares are sitting at 157% right now up. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Crazy. I bought those things for $1.78 and they're sitting at $4.59 right now.
Strong work.
Shh. Yeah. I got a bunch of shares too. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Cool.
Let's go back to NAS. Man, I can't believe that. That's the second short I got stopped out on.
Dude,
I'm so mad.
Oh God. And it pulled back and it rejected here, but
My entries were just terrible. I should have waited for the London low.
yeah.
I should have sold into the selling.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this was a nice retracement. It took 3 candles to retrace that bearish engulfing on the 5, and now the bears are defending it still, so. It's just that slow ping pong,
Mm-hmm. Thin volume today.
Yeah. It's a good day to like see it and watch what these days look like and figure out how to play with them if you want. And it'll be an interesting setup for tomorrow, having this small body day.
Yep. Yeah, what's really affecting Dixie right now is Japan's GDP came in weaker than expected earlier this morning, which is actually keeping a floor under the dollar as traders move out of the yen. Tip took a short midline at 24,744, closed at 24,694. You could have stayed in that a little longer, I think. Yep, there it is. There's that push down. Dang it.
Yeah. Nice work, Tipped. I'm glad tomorrow closed down as silver. Getting a little pullback too.
Yeah, I wonder how aggressive this is going to be.
I won't be surprised if she just takes out the low and then holds. You never know, though. It's like NQ did take out the low, huh? Just now, yep. Okay.
Well, there it goes.
Yeah, so that's a good sign for ES to follow and take out the low if NQ just did. That's great profit tip, man. That's solid for a low range volatility day. That's great. Green is green. That's right. I love the cat in your profile picture. Sick. I feel like on these days when you're approaching the extremes of a small range day, you gotta always watch your back with that because like it could easily take it out or reject right around it and take back the range like we've seen it.
Man Cave says he's ready to break the lows on NQ again. That's what I'm waiting for, man. I'm waiting for her. I keep getting stopped out every time I'm going short, though.
See a pattern down here for a long, maybe. Kenny, a white tiger with Down syndrome. Aww.
Really?
Beautiful. That's a beautiful cat. That's interesting that they are studying and they see that Down syndrome in other pets. Look at that green. I love green. Beautiful. Strong work. You know what? A lot of people don't always catch the green on these light days like this. I do love green. Steve on point. You're sharp this morning, Steve. In the world of trading, like green or break even is solid, respectable, like this game is not as easy as it seems to be, or in hindsight, or, from the outside perspective. It really isn't. Georgia, that's nice chill vibes for your week, right? Chill vibes. See, there you go. Buying yourself a coffee on your day off. What that P&L is. Although this day and age, holy moly, 420 won't even buy a coffee. Good job, Amaro. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta like back it off and switch to paper or whatever and wait for a good volatility day coming up. 200%. See, right? The expense of everything is just happening. I don't ever. I make my own coffee at home pretty much always. But the other day I was very tired in the morning and I stopped for a Dutch Brothers, and I think it's been months, and I can't even think it was like $8 for Dutch Brothers. I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. Makes me feel old, I guess, but dang.
It's crazy.
Dude, like how do people sustain that? That's like expensive.
Yeah, you know what, Jaja? My wife and I realized that. That's why we don't like to eat fast food. I'm like, you might as well go to a sit down restaurant and eat a better meal that's the same price.
Yeah. I'm the same way with fast food. Like it really is the cost of like a cute local diner. Like,
Mm-hmm.
$6.50 on NQ. Yeah. I wonder if it's not going to take out the lows also, Lex Luthor, but I also see this level down here. Just the bulls are just fighting for it every time we get close to it. Oh my gosh, the eggs were so expensive last year. That was wild. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You know, but the funny thing is, Jaja, is if you look at some of the premium restaurants, they have family meals. They're hurting just as much as fast food restaurants. And a lot of those premium restaurants, they offer some fantastic, family meals that you could, you eat better. Isn't that the truth on fast food versus restaurants prices? Same here in Canada. Pamela on YouTube says that it's the same in Canada. I think it's a little more in Canada from what my understanding is. The other bad thing about it is you guys in Canada are suffering from like crazy housing prices. Like y'all's housing prices are like through the roof. I got a few friends that live in Canada, and yeah, my quant Apple, he's a slumlord in Canada, and he's not. I just love to dig into him. And yeah, he always mentions that. Oh my God, I'm gonna get taken out again on this.
Dude,
oh my God. And that's why I hate shorting the market.
Well, these bulls are just fighting for these lows. They're just fighting for them. It's like
housing isn't good.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no kidding. The range has just been tough. I mean, I can't believe we've been in the same range the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We've not,
I would say the last 4 months.
You know what? You're probably more right on that. Probably is 4 months. Let's see.
Dancing.
Pamela says housing isn't good, but I bought in the 90s. Yeah, if you bought back then, you're lucky.
Yeah, the price is goodness. That egg deal, Gabber, is so frustrating to me because like our family eats eggs and it was like outrageous. The price is quadrupled and the poor loss of the birds and the fact that they put in record profits like that is not, I don't love that energy. Like, come on. If you're reinvesting in the health of the flock and not putting all that expense on families. Ugh. Makes me crabby. I don't know if you guys saw, but our dashboard is fresh and beautiful and incredible. So spend some time there, you guys, this week exploring your new dashboards because the back end work on that was massive, and it is really impressive. All of the capabilities that is going to be right at your guys' fingertips. So much more that you can see and get real-time updates on. And I believe RQ is really focused on that transition this week and making sure everyone has all their questions answered. And so he's around. You'll definitely see him around, I believe. Well, as far as I know, but I know he's doing a lot on supporting everyone at Blue Sky this week. Camera, that would be funny to tape the article. Like, so we're all getting scammed by big business.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Right.
companies are making money hand over fist in record-setting numbers, while regular Americans are barely can put food on their table.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not cute.
Your new dashboard is broken. I would definitely open a ticket with support, send them a screenshot, let them know what you're seeing so that they can take a gander at it.
Yeah, all the functionality has been like quadruple checked. It's going to be really good, but when it's all merged and everything is restarting at once in a mass shift, they expected that it'll be a little bit, finicky this week, especially today and tomorrow. The holiday today might have been kind of weird on it. So anything you're seeing that you don't think is quite right, just set a ticket in, and they are working very hard to make sure everyone transitions this week smoothly, because it's so cool, you guys. It's so cool what it looks like and the capabilities we have. So just, work with the fluxes this week on that, and definitely ask all your questions, send the tickets in, and a little bit of grace, because they're doing like a lot of work this week to make sure everyone gets all situated so you guys can enjoy all the new benefits of it.
Mm-hmm.
Big week. Yeah, Gabber. See, that's me too. Every time I see it and I get to like see all the capabilities of it, I'm like, this is so cool. Like, Blue Sky is so cool, you guys. Like the way that they're growing and improving that dashboard, like it really is super trader friendly and wants to give you guys like crazy insight on what you're doing, where you're at, how it looks, your numbers, resources. Like there's going to be more education loaded in there. The capabilities are just going to keep growing and expanding. So dig into it this week and ask your questions of the support team, and make sure you can kind of like make it work for you, because there's a lot of things that are going to be a big benefit in the new dashboard. Oh, every time it holds down there, I wonder if this is going to be the push that's going to finally get up back to that VWAP here.
Mm-hmm.
Same $2. Yep. Like every time it pushes up, I'm like, is this the one that's going to tap it? The last one failed, but support held yet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts at shorting into support today were bought up. So it's a scalper's day. Definitely scalper energy here. It's important to know the market, like if it's a trending day, if it's a wide rotational, big swing rotational day, or if it's a tight rotational day. And this is definitely a tight rotational day, which means try to fade the extremes and keep your risk, reasonable. Don't expect home runs kind of energy. But there's points to grab within that little range. In the middle here, it's kind of a pain in the butt because it's not. Like right now, it could continue up or reject yet again. The middle is trickier. They're all currently a little bullish in QES. Dow kind of. Silver and gold both had a nice push up and are still in their rejection here.
About 6 minutes away from New York lunch now. No, we've got an hour and 6 minutes, boba dollars.
Yeah, holiday close is at 1 p.m. Eastern on these short days, so a little more time. Yep, exactly.
Yes, sir. 1 hour to close, but you can already see the volume is just evaporating from us here.
Yeah. Really not a juicy day today. But think about how great it might be tomorrow. Think about all those beautiful opportunities we might get. I believe Mike will be back streaming at open tomorrow. And then we'll have the start of our essentially 4-day trading week this week. Tomorrow back with full hours. These days can kind of test our patience with is it worth messing with this? Hey, but it's good to hang out though and experience it, see what these days do, gain the knowledge and experience of all kinds of days, including these half holiday days, see what it looks like. You guys that have other work besides trading, are you off work today? Is it like a home day? I know different careers are different with this kind of thing. My other gig is nursing, and that, of course, 24/7, but I don't work Mondays, so. Kids don't have school. Which, didn't we have school when we were kids and President's Day? Because I feel like we sure did. I feel like there was just like an extra lesson about the presidents of the country on this day. Back when I was a kid. Oh my goodness. But it's weird to me that they have this day off, because I feel like they didn't always. Whatever. We'll have extra hangout time.
Is that the Mandela effect?
I don't know about the Mandela effect.
So they're like things like that people remember that aren't actually like they are. And they say it's because of the super collider has created like some kind of alternate universe, but some people call it the Mandela effect.
Oh. Don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Berenstain Bears not being spelled like that.
Huh. I don't know.
Or like the Monopoly man wearing a monocle, single lens monocle.
Monocle?
Yep. And he doesn't.
In some things?
There's a bunch of stuff.
Oh my goodness.
There's a huge rabbit hole of stuff you can like dive into about that, where like people remember things being one way and it supposedly it isn't.
Okay.
My wife loves it. She's all about that. She always is like has some new one for me.
That's interesting.
Not as much anymore. She uninstalled TikTok, so she doesn't watch a lot of that stuff anymore.
Probably a good mental health choice.
I told her, I was like, you should not be watching that stuff. Stop watching the conspiracy theories. I think she just finds it funny and stuff. She's not all about it. But, she'll read about it and tell me, I was like, what?
I feel that, because if the algorithm figures out your vibe for a session that you start scrolling, like they can work it. Ugh. They can start targeting the right videos and get you to stay there as long as they want you. I gotta not do that. It's too much. Very good at that. Well, my friends, I gotta go get my kids off the TV and have some family time on this no school day. So it was nice to hang out with everyone this morning.
Absolutely, Becky. Thank you for popping in for President's Day. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it was nice. You guys are my people. I enjoy hanging out. I know it's a short day for me, but the next 2 days I'm on a nice bit more. So nice to see all you guys this morning. See you soon. Thanks, Riz, for hanging out. It was a great session.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Coach Becky. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
You too.
Insta will show off my stuff my wife and I are talking about, and I hate it. You know what? When my wife and I have conversations, what we're talking about comes up in her Instagram feed. So like we'll be talking about certain things and it'll like pop up, or I'll like mention something. It is weird, Like the only social media app I use is X, really. Everything on Instagram and TikTok, that's all AI. Or it's all AI for me, like the marketing and post on there. I don't even post those. I've got a N8N AI that generates the content on those. But with X, it's enough. And I'm kind of, I'm low-key kind of tired of it. I'm low-key kind of tired of X. My feed is just like, I'm not real happy with my feed. It's a bunch of government stuff. It is a bunch of the Epstein stuff. Oh man, it's just too much for me right now. I'm a dad, and I'm just like, man, it's just too much for me. I'm like, where's the real meaningful? I shouldn't say meaningful, because that's perspective and that stuff with all those lawsuits and stuff. I mean, that's terrible. That stuff just needs to be taken care of. But I'm just tired of it. It's just too much, and everybody's going for engagements. It almost seems like people are just posting the same thing 20 times. You can tell that. It's almost like, it almost feels like it's trying to rile you, right? Right? Because doesn't it kind of get you riled up sometimes? And you're like, man, I felt like that yesterday. I was like, I needed to replace the fan on my laptop, and I was procrastinating about it. And I was on the sofa chilling all morning and stuff. And after a couple of hours, I was like, where's the entertaining, funny, lighthearted stuff? It was just a bunch of just sad and depressing stuff. I just had to turn it off. I was like, blink, turn it off. And I was like, is there any races? There's no Sunday football. So it's like, dang, what am I going to watch? I don't watch a whole lot of TV. All right, team. Well, it is 11 p.m. CST. We've got about an hour till market close. Still within the range here. Let's go over, let's see, what are we at? All right, wrap up for President's Day. The markets were docked today. The global gears are turning. Here's exactly what we are walking into for Tuesday's morning bell. We ended last week with a split personality. The Dow hit a massive milestone at 50K, but the Nas is feeling the heat. Investors are rotating out of software and AI. We've been talking about that, moving into old school value like energy and industrials. We've been seeing that, Don't forget, tomorrow we got Empire State Manufacturing. This is our first real look at February's economic health. If it comes in hot, expect yields to jump and tech to dump. Okay. Comes in hot, we're going to most likely dump. Comes in cool, we should have a nice little push on it. The gap trap, since we've been closed while the European and Asia session has traded, expect a gap at the open. Don't chase at the first 15. Let the holiday hangover volume settle before you put on a position. So just be careful tomorrow. Don't forget, we've got Cowboy Mike in tomorrow. So Mike will be in calling out that fabulous price action in the morning session. You got earnings watch after tomorrow. We got Palo Alto Networks. This is a huge sentiment test for the entire cybersecurity and software sector. PNW is huge. So, you definitely want to keep an eye on that. We might even get some nice moves in the after hours, so, depending on what their numbers are. SPY needs to hold Friday support. If we break lower, value rotation might accelerate. The Qs are literally sitting on the 200-day moving average. This is the line in the sand. If we bounce, it's a relief rally. If we break, the bears are going to have a field day. So just bear that in mind. Where we're at is kind of a dangerous spot because you're either going to get a small relief bounce or you could see some heavy selling. So the markets are weak to me. We're already overextended. I've mentioned that in the Skycast. The Russell and the Dow have already broken all-time highs last week, and they didn't seem intent on breaking or creating new all-time highs. So that leads me to believe that, the market is kind of weak right now, and we are waiting for some kind of positive catalyst. So, hopefully we don't get stuck in a range this week, but I don't think we will because of the economic numbers we've got going on. So NASDAQ QQQ forecast, based on current technical setups with the NASDAQ closing last week down 2.1%, struggling against AI disruption fears. There's a 65% probability that tomorrow will be bearish. Technical momentum has deteriorated. The index is testing the critical 200-day moving average. Software stocks are confirmed in a downtrend. For bullish, there's a 35%. Lower inflation data at 2.4% provides a cushion for a potential oversold bounce if the 200 support holds. Now, the current trend is leaning towards the bears. Watch for a debt count bounce early in the morning. If that fails at the 50-day moving average, that would be a good spot that you could probably catch a short on it. So hopefully that gives you some insight for tomorrow. I will be hanging with you all in the morning session with Mike as well. I'll be quietly just kind of watching her along and in chat until I come live. So, as always, y'all are all more than welcome to ask questions, send us a DM. Always encourage to find a trade buddy within our community because we've got some awesome community members and some great analysts in there. So if you're solo trading and you don't have a trade buddy, get in the Discord, meet someone, introduce yourself, and I'm sure you can find someone. Don't forget about some of those great classes that we got going on in the after hours. And classes all week. We got classes all week long. Tomorrow, we got trade psychology with Coach Becky. If you liked her chat earlier and want to see more about how she trades, trade management, stuff like that, definitely want to pop in there. Or Coach Matt's trade mentorship class every Thursday. And of course, we got Coach BluSky coming in tomorrow till Thursday, and he will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern with his trade coaching, psychology. He covers a little bit of everything. He's like Coach Matt in his session, and he does some live trades. And of course, we got Coach BluSky coming in at 7 p.m. Eastern. He will be doing Asia gold trades. So if you guys are looking for gold trades in the after hours, I highly suggest to look for those. And don't feel discouraged because the after hours is just a slower session, but I do recommend it for novice traders. If you're a new trader struggling and maybe don't have the time during the day, check out the after hours session. Pop open a paper trading chart and give it a go. Takes a little bit of time, just like the New York, but I can guarantee you will find a trend because the after hour session is more technical and not as volatile and not as manipulated as the New York session. Don't forget, we got about 48 minutes or so. 48 minutes till the close of the lunch. Wait, 38? Yeah. The run. Yeah, 38. Got 38 minutes until the close. Man, that's wrong. My math is not mathing right now. $48 minutes. Sorry, it is 48 minutes till the close. So I would anticipate that, we're probably going to get a little bit more choppy here as the session gets to a close. So as always, watch your trades, manage your risk, and don't get tilted. Hey, be flexible. The market is dynamic as we should be as well. Be like water is what Bruce Lee says, right? And I say the same thing. All right, team, as always, good luck in the market. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the holiday. We will see you all bright and early tomorrow. All right, team, have a great day. Good luck in your trades, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks, team.